Hey guys, it's Road Doctors Politics again. It is September the 27th, and the week's not even not even started yet, but we've already got queues at the petrol pumps, food shortages, HGV driver shortages. The government's has finally agreed to put through emergency visa allowances for foreign drivers, because all of a sudden we need foreign workers to drive lorries to get our food and fuel to where they need to be. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, that's what I wanted to sort of talk about this evening. And just the fact that, judging from what's happening this week, with the really long lines of cars queuing at petrol stations, and in some cases, panic buying. A lot of cases, we've just I think for the past few years we've just sort of entered into this sort of completely broken society, where we've just become really quite selfish people, only focus on ourselves and our own our own wants and needs, in comparison to what other people probably could do with, and trying to sort of improve lives and improve other communities. We just think about ourselves. And I really think that Brexit has really exacerbated these issues, and it's something that the news aren't really talking about, and that they're really trying their best to not talk about it at all and not mention the B word, even though it's having a really big impact on the things that are happening in this country. It's because of the pandemic as well, the coronavirus, and all the testing that's happening and preventing people from doing their jobs properly. It's that as well. But it's been a long time in the making. I mean, it's not just suddenly happened. It's sort of been, these shortages and these dilemmas and problems have been in the works for a while, and it's only because of these two perfect storms of Brexit and the pandemic coming together that it's just made things 100 times worse, and people are noticing this. And just to go back to the fuel, it's not a fuel shortage. There's plenty of fuel to go round. It's just that there's a lack of drivers to get the fuel to the petrol stations. And because you could argue the media and the newspapers decided to sensationalise what's happening, and tell people that they should go out and panic buy. Panic at the pumps! People must go out and panic buy, and oh my goodness, I might run out of petrol even though I've got half a tank still. That is selfish. That is selfish behaviour. And do you really need to go and join that queue of people waiting for petrol when, you've got key workers and emergency workers who probably need that fuel more than you do? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's just all gone completely nuts. People just going crazy, and it's just a me attitude of I'm going to get petrol, I'm going to get toilet roll, I'm going to be the first one in, I'm going to take everything for myself, I'm going to take it back to my house, I'm going to put 3 cans worth of petrol into the back of my car and fill up some jerry cans, no one else can have it. Selfishness. Selfish behaviour. It's completely not necessary, and then, again, it's just this, I feel like this attitude, this prevailing attitude of selfishness, of, I don't want migrants coming into my country, stealing my job. I don't, I want this, I want that, and I don't want foreigners treating me in the hospital. It's gotten so much worse. And it's not just about the HGV drivers, it's working its way into every sector of society, of hospitality, of health, of agriculture, everywhere. So hospitals don't have enough staff. There's humongous waiting lists for operations that are going into years. People are just in so much pain that they're having to, in some cases, crowdfund because they can't afford to go private, and they have to crowdfund the money. That's the state of play at the moment, guys. It's really awful, and I just feel like it's just going to get worse. Because this government is, I don't know if they're just superbly incompetent, or they're being deliberately callous in their policies, or if this is what they want society to look like. Just desperation and suffering, and eventually it's going to turn into violence, I feel. Because if it gets much worse, all it takes is one spark and something's going to trigger a riot somewhere. Because people are suffering. People have suffered. People have lost loved ones during this past 18 months. And, you've got the universal credit uplift that is going to be cut off next month. Is it the end of this month? And that has really helped struggling families that they're no longer going to be able to potentially pay their bills or feed their kids or, buy the essentials that they really need to keep roofs over their heads. That's going. You've got national insurance taxes going up. So people who are already, just managing to keep their heads above water, asking to pay more tax, which they probably can't afford. It's just a litany of things that are just gonna make the situation so much worse. And in the meantime, we seem to have an opposition that is much more interested in punching itself in the face rather than actually attacking the government for the horrendous things that they are doing to the people of this country. It's like an open goal. There are so many things that the Tories deserve to be attacked on, and they're nowhere to be seen. Labour just don't want to do it. They'd much rather beat up on the left of their party and kick people out of their own party rather than actually attack the Tories for their disgraceful and incompetent decision making during these list of crises that has been going on. I don't know what to do. I'm in a state of despair. And I don't know if you are. You can let me know in the comments. But there's just so many things that have just made the situation so much worse for for working people. I mean, there's I think a new policy that came out in the Financial Times this week that the government are going to decide to lower the threshold of salaries for younger people to start paying back student loans. So I think it's gone down to like 23,000 now before you start paying that back. So it's going to affect sort of lower earning people. So that's fun. People who can least afford that as well, coming out of their monthly salaries. I mean, is it callous cruelty or just utter incompetence? Because this government are just a pack of loonies. Cruel, chaotic, incompetent, disgraceful loonies that couldn't find their way out of a wet paper bag. I can't believe that they're still in office, and I can't believe that they're still 40-odd% in the polls. They should be on the floor. But Labour have decided, that's not our job, mate. We're not going to do that. That's somebody else deal with it, because we're too busy punching ourselves in the face and beating ourselves up at the moment, soz. So, where's the representation here? Who is it that is being represented politically? People that are desperate for change, people that want a positive future for this country, that, want to get rid of racism, want to get rid of transphobia and homophobia, and want to get rid of all the myriad of problems in this country caused by the Tories. Who's doing that? Who is helping us do that? Because Labour certainly isn't. What are we supposed to do? Who's fighting our corner? Keir Starmer? What an absolute joke. I mean, the planet's burning, folks, and who's doing something about it? Because young people are screaming from the rooftops that, our house is burning. We absolutely must do something. And the people in positions of power and influence who actually can do something shrug their shoulders and sorry, we'll do a little bit, but not very much. It's gross. Something needs to happen. Something needs to give at this point, because we are in a real sorry state of affairs. And I think we just need to get this shower of a government out, because what they are doing to this country is criminal. It's a criminal what they're doing. They're just causing so much suffering. And if you vote for these people, you need to have a real hard look at yourself. Because do you like what you're seeing on the news? Is this what you voted for? Do you enjoy watching people suffering? Or is it, oh, I'm alright, Jack, fuck everyone else? Is that your attitude? Right. If you have anything to put in the comments or any observations, things like that, I'd love to hear from you. I think that's the end of my little Monday evening rant. So yeah, if you've got any comments, put them down below. Don't forget to like this video and also subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you very soon. Bye!